Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm reporting to you in between doing my laundry to update you on the Akaash Singh situation. That is true. More stuff is still happening in the Akaash Flagrant Jasleen situation. Apparently there's more trouble in paradise. Akaash Singh hasn't just left Flagrant, he's now unfollowed Andrew Schulz on Instagram, and apparently he unfollowed Act too. So we're gonna watch this. Let's see this.
To Junkie. I love my Flagrant too. I told y'all, I was very saddened. It was like my cat passed away. I don't have a cat, by the way. My man, Akaash Singh, he is no longer with the show. And I'm perusing the Flagrant Reddit because, usually I find some good information there. I like to know the inner workings of the show.
Now, I will say this, this whole Akaash leaving has kind of been a long time coming. Anybody who's known about the whole Akaash Jasleen situation, we can speed you up. Basically, his girl ended up going viral for essentially making fun of her husband and talking about spending his money all the time. This caused him to be shamed. People on Flagrant shamed him even more after he had his wife on the Flagrant show, and now he is no longer on the podcast, essentially because of the humiliation of that episode. I honestly do not think it's the humiliation of the whole entire situation. It was literally that episode. Like the whole thing, if they would have just left it alone, I think it would have eventually boiled over. But the fact that they made it into such an episode on their own podcast, it gave the fandom this excuse to keep bringing it up. And it was bad. They're spamming every single episode in every single comment section constantly, shitting on Akaash. So I understand why he quit, but still it is a surprise because end of an era, man. R.I.P. End of an era, for real.
And I'm scrolling down, and I see this. It says Akaash doesn't follow Andrew anymore. So I'm like, no, that can't be true. So I went to Instagram.
I'll also say Ek is definitely using his I knew this was happening already, but I'm going to pretend as if I'm just finding this out now voice. So something tells me probably Andrew, because him and Andrew seem tighter than him and Akaash. Andrew probably told him this and kind of is using it to kind of soft launch Flagrant solo, essentially. I mean, they've been doing it without Akaash, obviously, but Andrew loves to mess with drama, so it wouldn't surprise me if Andrew was like, hey, talk about it for a quick second on your stream so that people go onto YouTube and check the shit out. But let's hear what he has to say.
And I checked, and I realized he actually doesn't follow Andrew anymore. But even worse, forget Andrew, nigga, he ain't follow me no more. Yo, Akaash, I apologize. I'm here to publicly apologize to Akaash. Akaash unfollowed me, so I hit Grand. I'm like, yo, Grand, did you see? Because Akaash followed all of us. Akaash followed me, Grand, everybody. Everybody got, the feds did a sweep. Akaash is unfollowed us all. Me, Andrew, Grand. Grand hit me, was like, even the wife was following me. She unfollowed my ass too. I'm like, oh.
Once again, it doesn't surprise me. When you're doing something like this and you're leaving something as big as Flagrant, I feel like just a clean sweep is how you do it. And also, let's be real, man. I made a video about it just today that I put out about how the manosphere is kind of crumbling. Now, I wouldn't say that Flagrant and Akaash are part of the manosphere, at its heart, but they're definitely in its orbit. I mean, of course, they made fun of Fresh and Fit and all that shit, but they're still part of like Joe Rogan and all that stuff, and that is kind of part of the general red pill community. And right now, a lot of these guys, there's definitely things shifting around right now. People are stopping doing that content. They're pivoting to other stuff. They're pivoting a little bit more liberal, right? And a lot of that, I think, is obviously because of politics that's happening right now. Trump is gaining more and more unpopularity. There you go. But I also think too, like there's just certain situations like the Chud the Builder situation, and people are just growing up. These guys are just growing up. I think that's a whole nother thing, right? People want to talk about Drake and how immature he is, but all these guys are insanely immature, you know, and they even have kids. They're married, they have wives and shit, but they're still like immature guys. And I feel like you see a lot of that kind of coming up now, right? You have Andrew being immature with the whole Akaash situation. So now Akaash isn't there anymore, right? You have Myron and Sneeko being immature and definitely racist, and now academics can't take it. So, you know, things happen, you know, eras come and they go, right? You know, I remember in hip hop, we had the blog era, right? The mixtape era. Now that's gone. Now there's different shit, right? So same thing with podcasting, same thing with content creating, but definitely end of an era. And I'm kind of happy to see a change. I like a lot of these guys. I think they're, you know, funny. I think they're talented, and I definitely admire them. But the overall messages that they've been sending out to young men specifically, I've never personally agreed with at all. And it's nice to see, you know, some of these shifts, because I think maybe this is a change for the better.
Yo, I want to sincerely put out an apology. I don't know if maybe I've made some jokes. I'm not a comedian, but I try to, Akaash, I love you. I do. People were discussing your situation. Trust me. All things given, I think everyone went a little light. We love you. Come be friends with us again, man. I don't know. Like, he disappeared from my favorite podcast. Now he doesn't follow me. I'm not going to unfollow you. I'm telling you now, Akaash, I love you. I'm not going to unfollow you. And anything people ever said about you is because they love you. I know it might not seem that way, but we love you. Okay? And we're going to keep following you till. Yes, we love you. Okay? I want to send prayers to my man Akaash. I know he's been through it this year, and it's probably not the best situations, but I don't think people commented on it ever meant ill will towards him. But I do want to. I realize that we all.
I actually disagree. I think a lot of people truly did. I won't say Andrew did, and I won't say academics did, but everybody in the comment section definitely did. I mean, a lot of these younger guys, which is the fandom of all these podcasts and streamers, they're all like anywhere between, to be quite honest, 12 to 30, maybe. You know what I mean? I listen to that stuff, and I'm about to be 35, right? So there's a big margin of guys, but a lot of them are younger people who haven't really had any real relationships, and they've built up these parasocial relationships and expectations about what women are supposed to do, what marriage is supposed to be, right? By guys like Andrew Tate and this, that, and the third. So they definitely wanted to insult him and make him feel bad for the situation. Akaash was definitely getting played, don't get me wrong, but the level of disrespect was definitely crazy, and you felt people genuinely wanted this guy to leave his wife over this situation. And I already knew that wasn't going to happen. If you really, really love a woman, even if she did something that stupid, if you truly love her and you've truly been through some serious things together, you're not leaving your wife over some shit like that. So I don't think, people like Andrew and academics meant him any ill will, but for sure a lot of the podcast fans did. And even Andrew, man, I mean, let's be honest, he used a lot of this shit for clout. He tried to kind of make it up like, oh, I'm going to use this to clear your name. But we all knew. From the moment I saw the thumbnail, I was like, oh, Akaash is fucked. He's done. You know what I mean? I knew that. So I'm sure someone who as savvy as Andrew Schulz also knew that well too. And I mean, academics, he used it for content in the same way that I'm using it for content, which I don't think, Akaash is going to hate as much. But you never know, man. People take that stuff seriously. I could definitely see him forgiving academics for sure. They probably don't know each other that fucking well. Like, they're cool, but they don't know each other that well. So something like this won't matter. But his relationship with Andrew, I truly think is done. You don't hang your friend out to dry like that. You don't ridicule them in a severe time of need like that. And I feel like that's one of those situations you have with a friend where it just shows you your place in their eyes, and you can't turn back time after that. You know what I mean? Like, where they stand with you, and there's just nothing you can do to kind of change that. And you kind of just know that's who they are, man. I mean, every guy, even young people, even young kids. I feel like everybody has some time with a friend where they've said something or they did something and you're like, oh, I'm no longer friends with this person anymore. Like we've all had that sort of situation, and I think this was that situation for Akaash with Andrew Schulz. But let me know what you guys think about this whole situation. Do you think Akaash is dumb from walking away from all this? I actually think he's going to be making a lot of money doing stand-up, and he doesn't need this bullshit. So, good for him. And I hope he has a great time with his wife, and they have a loving and beautiful family. That's been the video, guys. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, and let me know what you think in the comments. I'll see you later. Peace.